Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Salam sejahtera, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. A very good evening to each and every one of you. All right, a very good evening to each and every one of you. I would like to welcome each and every one of you to yet another Kingdom Coffee Talk. I would like to welcome each and every one of you, the participants here. Welcome to another session of Kingdom Coffee Talk. Thank you very much for joining us today. Okay. To those who do not know me, my name is Matt, and I'll be your host for tonight. Okay. In conjunction with Deepavali, which we as Malaysians will be celebrating tomorrow, right? In conjunction with Deepavali, let me give you an insight of what is it all about. I do understand our viewers may think that, yeah, what Matt knows about Deepavali. But let me tell you this, I'm a Malaysian and I'm proud to be a Malaysian, and I'm pretty much quite well versed about all the celebrations that most Malaysians celebrate lah, with regards to Chinese New Year lah, your Hari Raya lah, your Deepavali and your Christmas. Okay, these are the four major celebrations that we as Malaysians we celebrate. Even though I do not celebrate all of it, but it's a public holiday for me. Okay, so by the way, I'm proud to say this lah. We at Kingdom Group, we also have three races working with us together. We have three races working with us together, and we work in and we are working in a very harmonious environment. Well, before I proceed, right, let me share with you a little bit on our very special guest today. Okay, our very special guest today. Yeah, he sounds Indian. Okay, he looks Indian, and he drinks like an Indian. But he behaves like a Chinaman. Okay, honestly, he is more Chinaman as compared to me. Okay, so why do we have him here today? Why do we have him here today? It's not to share about his thoughts and about the Diwali celebration and whatnot all. It's about bringing him back to his roots, about talking about discussing about what Deepavali is all about. Okay, it's about discussing with him what Deepavali is all about. We call it the Festival of Lights. What does it mean? So, without further ado, right? Without further ado, let's bring in our colleague. He is none other than Mr. Rishy Ponniah. Let's give him a round of applause. Hi,
Hi,
Rish.
Matt. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Rish. Yeah, how are you, man?
Good, good. How are you keeping up?
It's good to have you here today, lah. Okay, not too bad. It's good to have you here today.
Good
So
to see
since
you
you
again.
behave more like a Chinaman compared to me, let us discuss together about tomorrow's Deepavali celebration, and also let's see how much we know about it as Malaysians. Okay, right?
Legit.
It's not a Q&A session. It's not to quiz you about how much you know about Deepavali. It's about talking about it lah. So it's something to be excited about because tomorrow is a celebration. Tomorrow is where we're gonna have mutton curry or boruku and whatnot also.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. All right?
sure, man.
Okay,
Sure.
no offense don't mean to offend you Okay, Rich.
Yeah.
To our viewers out there, right? Okay, what is our understanding about Deepavali?
I mean, the most common thing that I think everybody knows when they say, when they think or when they say Deepavali, they know it as the Festival of Lights, right? That's the most common term or phrase people tend to associate with Deepavali, right? And Deepavali itself is one of the most popular festivals among Hindus, because and aside from Hindus, other religions also do practice it as well, right? So when we talk about festival
Okay.
lights and Deepavali, what it actually symbolizes, right, is the spiritual victory of light over darkness, right? Good over evil, knowledge over
Ah,
ignorance. Thus, the name, Festival of Lights. It's to have the light in your darkness and the triumph of it
ah,
over darkness. Yeah, and
oh,
Deepavali
okay,
itself,
okay.
I mean, of course, you know that you relate it back to your gods as well and whatnot. And the festival itself is widely associated to the goddess Lakshmi, which is the goddess of
Ah,
prosperity. You know, prosperity
just
can
like
be
our
in,
Choi Sunday lah.
yes, exactly. So I think
Just like
in
our
every
God of
religion,
prosperity.
being prosperous, you know, is always a good thing, right? In
Of
whichever
course.
sense of the word that you're doing it. And also, I
Yep.
mean, like I mentioned, you know, besides being an important festival for Hindus, it's also celebrated by others as well. You know, there are some Buddhists that practice it as well, and other cultures. So like Sikhs and some Jains as well. They also practice, not say practice, but celebrate this festival that we all have come to know as Deepavali or Diwali or the Festival of Lights.
Ah, okay, okay. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Rich. Which brings me to my next question, lah. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. So what are the rituals, right, leading up to Deepavali? Any resemblance to the Chinese Lunar New Year, Hari Raya, or since we're all Malaysians and we all celebrate all four major events in Malaysia, so is there any resemblance towards Deepavali towards uh, 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 and Chinese New Year or Hari Raya, or is there any resemblance to it? I know besides that everybody wants to paint their house, everybody wants it to be clean. Like lah, the Chinese, right? The Chinese before Chinese New Year, they spend one whole week just to clean their houses.
Well,
Why can't you all do it, progressively instead of spending 1 week just to spring clean everything?
I think
I
if
mean,
you do it progressively, if you start cleaning progressively, it'll also get back to how it was progressively as well. You know, you clean your bedroom tomorrow, and 2 days later, it's not yet the event, but it's already dirty again and whatnot. So that's the whole thing about doing it the day before. And when it comes to Deepavali or
uh,
even Chinese New Year or Raya as well, everybody does something different. You know, there are a few common practices, but how they do it, there's no like standard script or any any sort of standard 13-step program for Deepavali or Raya or
mm,
Chinese New Year. For me, from personal experience, you know, growing up and whatnot, when we were younger, yes, the first thing is with the mother at the back with the rotan, clean the whole house. You know, there are four of us in my family, four
uh,
boys in the family, so she had her own manual labor force there. She didn't have to hire anybody to come and clean the house. So the night before, especially, you know, we'd have to clean up the whole house, mop, sweep, wipe, go to every corner, nook and cranny, and clean it all up. And on
mm,
the day itself, of course, we had to wake up early, very early in the morning. And what my mom would do then, and we would get dressed something along these lines. You know, we clean up, get
uh,
dressed, not. And my mom would do a prayer for each and every one of us. So we would go up to her, right? She'll do a prayer for us for our prosperity, our well-being, mental and physical well-being as well, and bless us as the matriarch in the family, right? So during Diwali is when, and also, like you said, you know, why did you do it a week before? What we used to do, my mom at least used to do a week before is shopping, baju baru,
oh,
right?
standard that one.
That was the highlight. So every year we would get new outfits, you know, every year without fail. And most popularly, we either go to Masjid India or Brickfields, right? The best
So it's
places to get.
no. That means if I buy today, right? I use it for Deepavali and that's it. I don't use it anymore. Is it?
You no, you can we do reuse for like Indian weddings or when we have other like
Okay,
Taipusam
okay.
maybe for example Taipusam we can use it again and whatnot because usually it's all very quite fitting lah. So it won't last you until the following year to wear it again. You'd either grow this way or this way,
Uh,
you know. So so that's
so
why every year
your
we
baju
would get
fitting
new.
now.
That's why the video cuts off half body, right? So you can't see. Right? So
Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
like we went the festival of lights, you know, you can see in the background there, we would have all these candles around the house, and
Mm.
sometimes my cousin, my mom's side, her cousins and whatnot, the daughters would come and do these columns, which is this pattern using colored rice, right? Either in a shape of a light or a lotus, you know,
Flower.
also flower, yeah. So we would put that at the front of the house on the porch. And and of course, pictures and all very important before the small babies come and try to eat the rice because it looks very attractive and colorful, right? So before all that, then after the blessing in the house, as a family, we would then go to the temple. And the temple, of course, will be back to back full of people. Unfortunately, the last couple of years, we've not been able to do that due to COVID and the restrictions that come with,
Yes.
and for safety reasons as well and whatnot. So we would go to the temple, we would do our prayers, get the blessings and all this. And then comes to the part that, well, at least I can't speak for everybody, but my brothers and I at least, is the going back and getting ready for the feast,
Oh,
right? With
that's
DEEPAVALI,
like the best.
lot of food. So when we were younger, we because we're a big family as well. My father's side, my mom's side, so more often than not, we used to rotate year by year. Okay, who is hosting DEEPAVALI this year, right? Then they will have their own open house and things like that and whatnot. So our side, after the temple, if we were hosting the whole family, we would get there. Then because of the number of people, my mom, we didn't really cook out at home, lah. Right? It's a bit too much. Right? There used to be like 30, 40
So
people there.
basically, it's catering.
Yeah, catering would come. My mom might cook one or two few special things. But yeah, the catering would come, we would set up. Then one by one, family members would come. They would receive their blessings as well. And then it's because, as you grow older, especially, right? And when it comes to family, sometimes spending time with them, you don't make time for them. You don't actively like go and seek them out. How you doing? Long time no see and whatnot. But you'll definitely see them at DEEPAVALI. And it's not that they come, they sit down, eat, and then they go back. Usually when they come for lunch, they'll stay for the next 5-6 hours at least in the house. And we'll be chatting, having some drinks, continuous eating, lighting fireworks, especially for the young kids. When we were younger as well, we would try to light fireworks and then get scolding for playing with fireworks.
Did you try and burn your house down?
No, we always had to make sure it was on the road, never within the house compound. So, and of course, besides the foods like your biryanis and your varivals and all these things and whatnot, I personally, I think I have a sweet tooth, right? And there's always room for dessert for me, right? So I always used to look forward to the sweet spot. And there's this one particular sweet that until today I still always look for. It's called jalebi. It's this orange, it looks like orange string, right? In a circular motion. It's orange.
Oh, I've seen that. That's very, very
good.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's crazy
Right.
sweet. I think
And
I
oily.
kena that for 1 month. I sure kena kencing manis there. Sure kena diabetic. I'll be diabetic there if I eat that for a whole month there.
It's oily sugar in the solid form, basically, lah. Which is why I loved it.
Oh, it
So,
tastes
yeah.
damn good. It tastes very, very good.
Yeah. So yeah, when we do all this, it's mainly coming together as a family. The blessings that we receive from each other, and it was very nice feeling, and I really do miss it this past couple of years.
Yeah, I know because of the COVID and whatnot, all right. Gatherings are not being allowed and whatnot. It's actually quite sad, lah. It's actually quite sad to see these kind of things happening right now. But then at the end of the day, right? I think all of us should be thankful. All of us should be grateful that we are all healthy and we are moving around doing our daily things. We can get to celebrate another year of DEEPAVALI with our loved ones. Not celebrate. It's about it's a celebration still, but it's not that it's no longer physical. Where like 30-40 people gather in your house and whatnot. All due to unforeseen circumstances, due to COVID. That is why. At the end of the day, we still get to celebrate another year of DEEPAVALI.
Yeah.
Right. And
true,
to have 30-40 fellas in your house, it's actually damn nice. I recall this couple of years back. Not a couple of years back. It's a ritual. It's not a ritual. It's a norm that look, I'm from Malacca, right? Chinese New Year, I'll go back to Malacca. Or Christmas, I'll go back to Malacca. Okay? It's a norm that my parents, my dad's side of the family, his brothers, his sisters, then my cousins, my nephew, nieces, all will come over to the house. Right? So my house has got 5 rooms. You know, the families will take up, all the 5 rooms already, 5 or 6 rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
The nephews, the nieces, the chuchi all where no sleep not. All sleep on the floor one day. All sleep on the floor, sleep in the living room, sleep on the couch, sleep on the sofa. Wherever you can
Wherever
find
the
place to
space.
sleep.
Yeah.
And we will gamble throughout the night. I mean, it's not about winning their money. It's $1,
It's
50 cents.
part of it.
It's the fun of it. It money cannot buy lah. That one, honestly, I tell you, money cannot buy. And we will makan and makan and makan. My parents, my mom will cook, my auntie will cook. So I guess it's pretty much lebih kurang with Deepavali lah.
So
I mean, people say it's a festival of light, but I guess at the end of the day, it's about family members celebrating a fantabulous time.
and the besides the family part, like you said, which is very correct. So it's basically an open house as well. And it's fun to see that our Malay neighbors, our Chinese neighbors, all our neighbors, regardless of what ethnicity or race, they would just come and walk into the house, and you say, "Come, please, makan, makan. Go ahead, don't be shy." Then we'll sit with them, talk to them. Their kids will play with the younger ones in the house and whatnot. So besides the family part, the neighborhood also used to come together, as with Chinese New Year and Raya as well, because it's not like the guests come in and then we close the gate. Somebody else come, they have to ding dong first, then we open the gate, close the gate. No, we will have the gate will be open the whole day, 24 hours, and people will just come and go. There was even one year when police patrol car was just doing their rounds, and they slowed down by the house, and so happened my dad was outside, and he actually asked them to stop, come inside and have something, and they came in the house and they had a quick bite and whatnot, and then they went off again on their patrolling and whatnot.
Oh,
So it's
pretty too long lah, that one.
It was all about coming together. And there was no, I see a Malay, I see a Chinese, I see an Indian. There was none of that. We're all Malaysian. We are all Malaysian, right? So that was another aspect of the whole gathering that I do miss a lot, lah.
Yeah, I know. We all do miss all these gatherings, lah. Coming from a small family, right? Sometimes just 4 of us or 5 of us. It's not to say what, but it's just like they boring. They 5 of us. But if you got like 20, 30 plus in your house, damn shock one day. That is really, really damn nice. It's really, really very nice. It's really, really very nice. Okay, Rish. Besides that, right? Besides the rituals, right? I believe, right? The viewers will want to know, right? What's the ritual or the customs from the morning? I mean, from the morning, you will get ready and whatnot. I understand that the Hindus, okay, on Deepavali day, they will do this thing called the oil bath, right? Do you practice that?
As far back as I can remember, I've never had to do it or have done it on my own accord. I don't remember my mom doing it, or as far as I can remember, as young as I was, that I can remember, we've never done it. Although it's very common. Why exactly they do it, I'm not entirely clear on that, right? But yes, the ritual bath. But what we do is, we might not do the oil bath, but we will wake up early in the morning. We will shower. First thing is, you have to go and shower, clean yourself, put on your baju. Throughout the day, you'll be changing bajus as well. So you'll usually put on a kurta. They call it kurta, right? A kurta. And then we'll do the blessings in the house. And then from the house, we will then go to the temple. That was our tradition every year in, year out.
I believe that. I don't know about the oil bath. I think a few of my friends, right? A few of my friends, they were being brought up that way, the oil bath in the morning.
It's very common as well.
And for a non-Hindu like me, you'll be wondering, oil bath is like, so they put oil on you and rub and whatnot off. Then how you want to wash it off, lah? It's not easy. I mean, if your hands are oily,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
your hands are
It's very,
oily, right?
very
You take
hard
soap
to
and
get off.
wash, right? It's literally very hard to get it off. But if
Correct.
you are covered in oil, how lah?
It takes out
I
because
mean that is
yeah, because I mean, yeah, like I mentioned, a lot of people do it, right? And the reason why they had this oil bath, like for example, earlier we mentioned the goddess Lakshmi, right? The goddess of prosperity. She lives in oil, right? And this bath with the oil is meant to remove any form of bad
ah
luck. Yeah. So it's
oh
in that
okay.
sense to remove bad luck because the goddess of prosperity lives in oil as well. So that's the reason of having the oil bath. And of course, for maybe not so much the guys, the oil also does moisturize the skin and body. So maybe the ladies, they say, "Oh, the oil is very good for my skin and whatnot." That's secondary.
Okay. Oh,
So yeah,
that
that's the
is the
reasoning.
reason why. That's the reason behind why
Correct.
during Diwali or Deepavali, families they do the oil bath. They do the oil bath
Yes.
ritual in the morning. It's because to
Yes.
wash. Guys, take note is to wash away all your bad luck. So tomorrow, not tomorrow lah. Whoever wants to mandi bunga like what we all call it, like mandi bunga, right? Instead of
Yeah.
mandi
Correct.
bunga, you take oil and what? I mean, this is just a joke lah. Okay. Besides that, right? You see, I believe that Chinese they give ang paos, right? The Malays they give green packet, right? During Chinese New Year or Hari Raya. Do you all practice that kind of? Do you all practice it?
For us, it's similar to how other cultures do it. We used to do that. So it's basically if you're not married, you would get ang pao lah in a sense, a gift packet ang pao, which however you want to call it. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
married
I
ones
still
would give
receive
the
it.
unmarried ones. Yeah. So when I was younger, I used to love to follow my mom to work during all the festivals, be it Deepavali, Chinese New Year, or Raya. Because my mom was a government servant, she was a lecturer in UITM. So there was always
That's a
and she was a
lot of
senior
ang pao.
citizen. Yeah. And I was a very cute, young, small little fellow. I'll go around and just collect, 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 even though it used to get taken away from me. But it was fun getting it.
Were you chubby then?
Pardon?
Were you
No, I was
chubby then?
I wish I was chubby then so that I'd be thin now, but unfortunately it went the other way. So uh,
Uh,
have
so
to
it's basically
pay the
the same lah. You all do receive ang paos and green packets and whatnot lah. I mean,
yeah.
it's another form of you cannot say ang pao lah. It's so I mean ang pao is so ang pao. The word ang pao right is so commonly used nowadays. I think it applies to every festive
Yeah.
season, I guess.
Yeah. All cultures tend to use that word. Everybody knows what it means as well.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah.
So what was the? I mean, in Chinese customs, right? Your ang pao, right? Actually not bad one, no. Your ang pao, what, 20 bucks, 10 bucks. I mean, last time when you're younger, 10 bucks is a lot. 20 bucks.
Yeah.
Wow. And when I receive 50, right, it's like that's the biggest I've received. Right?
Yep.
I mean, does it come to around that kind of amount, or is it something lesser? No.
It varies like depending. Some houses they want to give more, some can only give less. So like you mentioned, at the end of the day, it's not about being able to go around the houses and collect money. Right? That's not the whole idea behind it.
That's
In
your
the
idea when you were younger.
yeah, when you were younger, yes, you just wanted money and whatnot.
Okay.
But that's not the main purpose of it, lah. It's sort of
Yeah,
like a
yeah. It's
blessing to
just
those who are unmarried and so on, lah.
yeah. Actually, at the end of the day, right, ladies and gentlemen, ang pao is not for you to collect money lah. It's a blessing for you so that hopefully, with another year ang pao, you will get married next year lah. But always, yeah, I shall not comment on that. On it.
I
Anyway,
collected very long, so because I was the last one in my family to get married, so I collected ang paos on all on all festivals for very long until the day I got married. Then I'm like, ayo, now I have to give out.
next year you gotta give out already.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'll be expecting ampao from you during Chinese New Year.
Maybe I don't
Since
see
you're
you
more
lah.
China man than me. I'll be in Malacca anyway. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Rich, I understand that you're a person who has sweet tooth, lah. Okay. What are the besides the one that you mentioned earlier? What was it?
Jalebi.
Jalebi. Okay. Besides jalebi, right? What are the sweets that are normally being served during Deepavali? I mean, you all share the sweets among yourself, families, and whatnot, all right. Besides
Yeah.
jelly, is it?
Jalebi.
Besides
How you
jalebi,
actually
which
spell it, I'm not sure. It's Jelebi lah, pronunciation wise.
okay, besides jalebi, because I know I've tried jalebi and honestly I didn't like it because it's too sweet. I'm a person who I don't have sweet tooth. Okay, besides jalebi, right? What else do y'all have? I mean, in terms of your dishes, besides sweet, besides the sweets that you have, uh, like you have your biryani, you have your mutton curry and whatnot, or your mutton variable, your chicken variable. Then there's no vegetables, is it?
Can't think of any at the moment, because usually when we go to open houses or whatnot, if you see a vegetable, it's like, okay, skip. Where's the meat? Where's the prawns? Whatever. There's too many dishes to choose from, so we don't want to waste space in the stomach for vegetables.
Okay. So besides jalebi, what else? What are the other sweets that do they serve? Common ones do they serve during Deepavali?
So the ones that you would see and most probably recognize, the most popular one is this. It's called laddu, right? So laddu is usually it's the size of a golf ball, and it's usually bright yellow with some red and some colors inside and whatnot. So it's just also, and in Indians, when they make sweets, they really make it sweet lah, right? So it's a golf ball size. It's sweet and it's usually made of flour, and they put some dried fruits inside, dal, or even crushed mashed cashew nuts. So they make it into a ball. So it's actually quite hard, but when you bite into it and you slowly go, even one small one like that would make you feel full, right? So
Because
that's
it's
the
sugar coated, it's filled with sugar.
it's sugar coated, it's infused with sugar, it's made from sugar. So and
Okay.
another one also that the people might hear about a lot is halwa. So halwa is it's something very delicate, and it's almost like when you put it into your mouth, it just melts away. Right. So it's a very delicate sweet, and it's very popular during Deepavali as well.
So
Yeah.
you're sharing with Kingdom Group tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Deepavali itself, so you can follow me to the temple. Usually at the temple they give it out, so we can do prayers together. I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Anything else?
there are a lot. There are a lot of sweets. There's a lot. If you
Mm.
go to any Indian restaurant, especially tomorrow or for the next week or for the past week, and they got the little ice cream type display and whatnot, then there'll be a whole myriad of choices of different sweets, different colors, different shapes. You got triangular, you got circle, you got square, you got rectangular, and they all taste different. They're all sweet, but they do taste different as well.
Gila deh. That is. I mean, yeah. I mean, we all at AIA we are preaching living longer, healthier, better lives, and here we are working sweet.
Once a year, lah. Once a year is all right then.
Yeah, I believe once a year is okay lah. Once a year is okay, but you also don't do it too often, right?
No. Because even when it comes to even when it comes to these kind of sweets, it's not something that I'll have a craving and go out and look for it. If I'm walking past, I see it, I might get it. If not, it was usually my mom who would buy back and leave it in the house. Yeah, because it's not something you can get in like supermarkets and things like that. Right? You have to go to actual Indian shops that sell it, and then only you can get it.
But can you get this kind of sweets in like an Indian shop in Brickfields or any banana leaf shop and whatnot?
It wouldn't be in every shop. Like for example, if you say banana leaf shop, they might have some, but usually in the banana leaf shops they would have a very limited choice, 2 or 3 different types maybe or whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this vegetarian restaurant called Ajapa. I think some might know it's a vegetarian Indian restaurant, and they have a very good selection. If you go to Brickfields, there are certain shops that only do sweet and savory stuff as well, like your murukus as well. They also do that.
Okay. Which brings to my next question. Muruku.
Mm.
Muruku. The part about your friends normally, Rish, happy Deepavali, after wishing you, hey, Rish, happy Deepavali, please say some Muruku for me, Yeah, what's the, is there a meaning to it or is just a norm?
There's
Like, hey, Rish, happy Deepavali, save some mutton variable for me and some Muruku for me. Is this a norm or is there a meaning behind it?
So there's no as far as I know, right? There is no specific meaning to it. It's just that these are the most famous things that everybody tends to associate with Deepavali. Your lamb or mutton, your laddus or jalebis, and your muruku or the rose. I'm not sure what's the actual name of it, but that rose pastry. It's got like holes in it and whatnot. So people just associate Deepavali with these snacks and foods. So when they see you and whatnot, hey, my muruku haven't come yet lah. Muruku is a standard. Everybody loves it, right? And they got different types of spicy type, not spicy, sweet, and all these different types, right? And it's a snack like chips or peanuts. Once you start, it's very hard to stop. So even though it's very
Tell me
light,
about it.
you just keep going and going. Suddenly, it's like half the container is gone already. But yeah, there's no specific meaning to it. It's just that you think Deepavali, you think lamb, mutton, muruku, and the sweets. Yeah.
Okay. So besides that, right, Rich, I believe in that Chinese New Year you got your selection of kuehs and whatnot, all right? Correct. I mean, you're more Chinese than me. Chinese New Year you got your kueh, your kueh bangkit, your love letters, your kueh kapit and whatnot, all. Okay. Deepavali got besides muruku lah.
A lot. There is a lot. Even when you say muruku itself, even muruku, people just think it's those thin little like bits of thin chips that you just keep eating like rice, right? But muruku itself, there are different types. There's the longer type. There's the one that goes in circles. There's the hard ones. Some people like. So when it comes to snacks and Deepavali, it's I think even if I asked my mom to name all of them, she wouldn't know because it's a lot. And since we were young, we just tell my mom because there are some sweets where the top part, I'm not sure what the coating is, it's in silver. And since we're young, we used to call it the aluminium foil sweet. It's actually made out of ground cashew nut. But because it had that silver thing at the top, we used to think it was aluminium foil. And until today, I never found out the real name. So I used to always tell my mother the aluminium foil sweet. And the sweets have not changed. Since 25, 30 years ago when I was a kid, toddler, until today, they are exactly the same. They have not changed. When it comes to murukus and what have you, all those are still the same. And everybody still wants to get it, especially during Deepavali. We will go around, besides buying the new baju, I would have to follow around and carry bags and bags of all these things because they'll sell it in a big container, right? Big container. Then on the day itself,
really?
we just open up and then leave it out, and then you have at it lah.
Oh, so can you do us a favor? Can you do our viewers a favor? Can you find out what the aluminium foil kueh is all about? The biscuit is all about. What is the actual name?
When I see my mom and the rest of my family tomorrow, I'll ask my mom, what is the aluminium foil sweet?
Yeah. So we'll be waiting for it lah.
My mom was always because when it comes to sweets especially, and not forever, but in like the last 15 years, because my mom is diabetic, right? She has type 2 diabetes. And we always used to scold her, take care, don't eat all these sweets and whatnot. We used to scold her when she did. But there's no way to stop it. She would quietly sneak one in, quietly stick to it. Because
like you like that lah.
I don't sneak. I just go, oh. Hopefully, I don't get that diabetes as well. But yeah.
Yeah, man, you better make sure you're adequately insured before you start working your ladders and your halva and whatnot. Okay.
Have to stick to the vitality program.
Yeah. I believe the vitality program is good, man. Just stick to it. I mean, in order for you to stay healthy, at the end of the day, AIA is all about living longer, healthier, and better life. So yeah, I believe that should be the way, lah. That should be the way. You can indulge, but not on a daily basis or a weekly basis. At the end of the day,
Correct.
it's about living a healthier life, Anila. At the end of the day, about living a healthier life. So tomorrow, right? No more running for you, lah. You'll be working, eating and eating and eating first. And tomorrow and Friday, then
it's the house.
that one next week ni belakang cerita lah.
Worry about it next
Eat
week. It's
first.
the future problem.
Okay. Alright. Not bad lah. Actually, your knowledge about Deepavali boleh tahan
I
lah.
had to call my mom. I had to call my mom a few times, but okay lah. She managed to download a quick summary of what Deepavali and everything is all about. I hope she's happy
I
watching
thought I
this.
do a quiz. I thought I do a quiz to you, but okay lah, too bad lah, not too bad. No, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all, jokes aside, I'm proud to be a Malaysian. I'm proud to be a Malaysian. So I mean, for Malaysia, we live with different cultures, we live with different religions. So at the end of the day, we are here to understand each other so that we do not to say offend, so we can live harmoniously in the long run. I believe
Right.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I believe that we can live harmoniously in the long run. Because why? We understand each other. We know each other's culture. We know what to do and what not to do during festive season.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I guess that is the beauty about being in Malaysia. That's the beauty about living and being in Malaysia and being a Malaysian. For that matter, you get to enjoy.
Definitely.
Yeah, you get to enjoy every festive season, even though we do not celebrate them, each and every one of them. But at the end of the day, it's still a public holiday, Yeah.
Correct.
So, and like what you say is very, very true, lah. We can. I mean, I live in Malacca. I got my neighbors. There's Indians, there's Malay, there's Chinese and whatnot. All. I mean, if I were to walk up to my neighbor and say, "Hey, uncle, can I come in and can I just come and visit you and whatnot?" I'm quite sure they will be more than happy to open. They'll welcome you with open arms.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
now
what your dad did.
Now maybe not so much because of COVID. You don't really want to be.
Yeah. Now not. Yeah, but previously, especially during festive seasons, right? Like Chinese New Year, you are so close to your neighbor, you just walk into the house, makan, lepak for a while, then you. Yeah, that is the beauty about being in Malaysia, lah. You got 4 celebrations. You live in peace and harmony, lah. And you get to enjoy everybody's celebration.
Correct. Very true.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, Rish, I think that I don't have any more questions for you. Can we open the floor to questions? Whoever has anything want to ask Rish, whoever has anything who wants to test Rish's general knowledge about Deepavali, let's hear from the floor, man.
I hope
You're
there are
not
no questions.
setting up, right?
I hope there are no questions, but
I hope you're not stressed out, though.
no, it's okay. I got my sweets in the fridge for later, so it'll calm me down again.
Okay, we'll give it another 1 minute, 2 minutes. Anybody has any more questions? Anybody has any questions at all for Rish, who is celebrating Deepavali tomorrow? Does anybody have any more questions?
Next year's Deepavali, the COVID situation will be a lot better, and family gatherings and all these are available. I mean, allowed again and so on. That's something we really miss,
Yeah.
coming together with the whole family.
Yeah, you'd be surprised 2 years has just passed just like that, no?
Yeah,
2 years.
blink of an eye.
It's very, very fast. The blink of an eye, right? Just like that, 2 years gone already. Like, oh, yeah. So I mean, so is Deepavali or Diwali? Okay, wait. Before that, so basically, I also hope lah, I also
Mhm.
hope that next year, things will be better. Things will improve. Then we can get back to our normal life.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
Yeah. So Rich, okay.
Yeah.
Edmund's question is: so is Diwali or Deepavali,
So actually,
or is the
Diwali
same?
and Deepavali is it's essentially the same thing, right? But the main difference is northern and southern India. So in southern India, they say Deepavali. In the northern Indian states, they say Diwali. So Diwali is just it's a shortened version of the word Deepavali, which is a Sanskrit word.
So it's basically same lah.
Yeah, it's just north and
Mm-hmm.
south, like Johor and Penang, for example. They do it differently, Hokkien style and Cantonese
Yeah.
style, and yeah.
Okay. A question from Jasper Wong. Any theme color for Deepavali?
So if you
Purple.
look like we mentioned the columns that we do, the rice, the patterns and whatnot, right?
Yeah, the
You'll never
columns. Yep.
you'll never see those columns with one or two colors. It is always very colorful. So
Multiple.
there's
Yeah.
while generally the color purple is usually associated, but when it comes to Deepavali and you go to relatives' houses and whatever not, usually everybody's in different color: green, blue, purple, red, yellow, all bright colors. Usually it's more bright colors because it's a festival of lights, right? The triumph of light over dark. So usually we're dressed in brighter colors. Like for example, this maybe it's now it's nighttime, looks a bit darker, but it's
Lighting
actually
lah.
quite bright. Yeah. So it's for theme colors. It's usually something brighter to amplify the meaning of the festival of lights.
Yeah, to amplify the meaning of it lah, the festival of lights. Okay. One question from me. I just want to just double check with you. The column, right? Okay, or the rangoli, right? That you see in during Deepavali in front of everybody's house, right? In the porch, right? Uh, Out of curiosity, I want to touch lah, but I'm not allowed to because I'm scared kena marah lah. Huh? After fixing the thing, right? Do they put a layer of glue on top so that the thing doesn't scatter, or just left it just like that?
It's just left like that. That's why when they do it in shopping malls and whatnot, you'll see after a couple of days if they don't remove it, there's bound to be little footprints by some kid who went past the barriers and wants to disturb it and whatnot. So there's as far as I know, even when we did it in our own house, we used to draw the outline in chalk on our porch, and then we just my cousins used to just fill in the different colors. So they'll take like a handful and just like let it pour it down and fill that pattern, then another color fill that pattern. So it's just loose rice, colored loose rice.
The color rice, the one can be bought anywhere, right? I
Uh,
mean, not anywhere specific. Those
Little
specifically
India,
in
it's like Little India, Masjid India, these places will have it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no super glue lah. There's no glue on it lah. Then if
No.
you see if you put in front of your house, right, in your porch, car porch, right, if it rains or if there is a gust of wind, strong wind, how lah?
Usually when
You will
it
need
comes to
to redo
Deepavali,
again lah.
as far as I can remember, the weather, although Malaysian weather is quite unpredictable, it's usually
Yeah.
hot. Deepavali day is usually a very hot day and dead wind. Once in a while there'll be a freak storm, but it's very rare that there'll be a big, strong enough gust of wind to make everything fly off. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Deepavali this year falls on the same day as I don't know this year or year before. I think this year it falls on the same day as my dad's birthday, 4th of
Oh, is
November.
it? Okay.
Yeah, man, 4th of November. So tomorrow my dad will be celebrating. My dad has a lot of Hindu friends, Yeah, so he'll be celebrating Deepavali. I'll be celebrating his birthday with him.
Happy birthday,
Oh.
Dad, in advance. It's the CM tour.
Can I ask you what time to visit you tomorrow?
you're more than welcome to visit anytime. However, I have nothing much to offer you. I'm actually alone right now because my darling wife is back home in Philippines, so I'm missing her a lot, especially on Deepavali. Hi April, I know you're
Yeah.
watching. So
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
you know Clement knows my family. He's like one of the adopted sons as well. So you can follow me into the houses, no problem.
Can Lala move Muruku to me tomorrow by Mila Jamil?
Anytime. You don't have to wait for Deepavali, Mila. Just say the word. It'll be
Okay.
Lala for you.
So I'll be expecting Muruku from you tomorrow, right?
You never ask me. You just say expecting, so not necessary to send.
All right. All right. Thanks, Rish. Thanks, Rish. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, man.
I believe that Rish has actually answered all the questions already. Thank you very much. Thank you very much once again. I wish you and your family a very happy Deepavali tomorrow. Do enjoy
Thank you.
yourself. Do spend time with your family. Um, Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time off to join us today. Right? I would like to give you another round of applause. Thanks, Rish, for joining us. I hope
Thanks.
this session enlightens everybody's insights and knowledge about Deepavali, the festival of lights. So
Yep.
thanks, Rish. Thanks, Rish.
Thanks again, man. Thanks for inviting me on.
All
Take
right,
care.
I'll
Stay
see
safe.
you
Yeah.
soon. Okay. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That was Rishy. He shared his insights about Deepavali. Okay, he shared his insights about Deepavali. So I believe that wraps up the session for today. Do not forget. Okay, I remind you. Do not forget to join us every Wednesday. Okay, do not forget to join us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. for our Kingdom Coffee Talk. Okay, Matt, my name is Matt, and I'm signing off for today. Thank you very much. I'll see you again next week. All right, you have a good night. Bye. Happy Deepavali.